Welcome to 5 Minutes in Heaven with the Criminologist. This is a podcast from the Centre for Applied Criminology at Birmingham City University. I'm Melinda Brown, a research assistant at the Centre. This podcast series will allow listeners to dive into the world of criminology and the research that our members are undertaking. There is some really exciting work happening within the Centre, and we want to make sure that as many people know about it and can benefit from it as possible. So whether you are an academic, a practitioner, a student, or just someone interested in criminology, we hope that you enjoy listening to 5 Minutes in Heaven with the Criminologist. In today's podcast, we will be speaking with Sophie Rowe, a performative criminologist, about her latest project. Hi Sophie, and welcome to 5 Minutes in Heaven with the Criminologist.
Hi Melinda, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So I've heard that you've got a new project on the cards.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I'm directing Iron by Rona Munro. It's a beautifully complex prison drama about a mother-daughter relationship with a big dollop of atmosphere. It's a really small cast of 4. We've got Josie, Faye and 2 prison officers. The premise of the story is that Josie's visiting her mother Faye for the first time in 15 years. She's never walked into a prison before and Faye is serving life for murder.
Why did you choose that play?
So it's one of those plays, as soon as I read it, I just knew I had to direct it. I love drama. I'm a criminologist specialising in penal theory, and my current research is looking at relationships inside prison and the impact of prison visits. So it just seemed like that perfect fit.
Like you said, you specialise in penal theory. So how are you going to use your own experience in directing this play?
Yeah, it's a good question. Since 2009, I've volunteered as a prisoner befriender with the organisation Newbridge. In that time, I've received over 200 letters and I've visited dozens of prisons across England and Wales. So hopefully, I should be able to apply some of that prison insight into my direction and staging. I want to make the audience feel that sense of claustrophobia, uncertainty in the silences, and just feel a bit on edge at all times. That sense of not knowing when something's going to kick off.
So how is your play going to relate to the issues that women experience within prison?
It's a really intelligent script that explores the intimate mother-daughter relationship in the wider context of crime and punishment. What we do know is that from November 2017, there were over 4,000 women in prison in England. Only half of the women who had contact with their child prior to imprisonment had received a visit. So we know that maintaining contact with children is particularly difficult for female prisoners. They're often held much further away from their home area, and that is because there are a limited number of women's prisons in England, and there are none whatsoever in Wales. The play covers themes of self-harm. We know that women account for a disproportionate amount of self-harm in prisons. Despite making up a really small percentage of the prison population, 5%, they actually account for 21% of all incidents of self-harm in prison last year. I won't give too much away, but one of the opening conversations in the play is a really graphic description about the woman in the cell next door who tried to commit suicide.
And why do you think people in general are so interested in female prisoners?
So 26% of all women in prison have had no previous convictions. For these women, and in particular for women who kill, we're often trying to guess their motivations. We know that women are far less likely to kill than men. In fact, more than 90% of those convicted of murder in England and Wales are men. So women who kill represent the ultimate taboo. People tend to find the idea of a mother being violent, even murderous, really shocking.
It's definitely that idea of doubly deviant, doubly damned.
Yeah, and this idea that these women that are committing murder, especially those that are mothers, are working against those gendered stereotypes.
So you've definitely sold the play to me, and I'll definitely be attending. When can we expect to see this performance?
Yes, I'm working with the NODA award-winning Circle players to present Iron by arrangement with Nick Hearn Books. The rehearsals started at the end of October. Show dates are the 14th to 17th of February at Aldridge Theatre, and tickets are available at thecircleplayers.co.uk. If you're interested in theatre, female offenders or prisons, this is definitely the show for you.
Great. Thank you for being part of 5 Minutes in Heaven with the Criminologist, and good luck with your performance.
Thanks, Melinda.
Thanks for listening to this episode of 5 Minutes in Heaven with the Criminologist. The music for this podcast is by Happy Puppy Records. We hope you enjoyed listening. Stay tuned for future episodes.